Bonjour, tout le monde. Bienvenue à Learning Language. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Learning Language. So today's topic is les pronoms sujet. Subject pronouns. So what are subject pronouns? Subject pronouns are those pronouns that perform the action in a sentence, or you can take it as a doer in a sentence. Okay. Now, why subject pronouns are so important in French? Although it is very important in English too, but still. So this is the very first step of sentence formation for sentence formation. Now, learning French pronoun is crucial because it will help you to learn the conjugation of verb. Because the conjugation of verb and the subject in French goes hand in hand. Okay. Now let's start with English first. That how many subject pronouns we have. Just think over it. How many do we have? So in English we have I, you, he, she, we, they, it, one. Okay, so we will go one by one with each and every pronoun. Okay, in French we'll discuss them. We will discuss about the subject pronouns with the examples. Okay, now the important part is we will learn them in a this order where like how I have mentioned, because it will be easy for you to understand the verb conjugation or to remember the verb conjugation now and at a later stage when you will be learning different verbs. Okay, keep that in mind. Now these are the two sort of pronoun: singulier, pluriel. Okay, so as we know in English, there is always a first person, second person, and third person. So in the first person, it is je, je. Okay, it is pronounced as je, which means I. Okay. Now in second person, tu, which is you. Then in third person, we have il. Okay, il can be used as he or it. Okay, remember il is used can be used for masculine, either masculine things or person. Then we have Elle. Elle. Okay, it can be used for she or it. Okay, then there is one more which is known as a ou. Okay, which can be used for one, we, or they. Okay, now in the plurial, for first person is nous, which means we. Second person is vous, which is you. Then third person, it is plural. Okay, il. It will pronounce as il only, while s is still there, but it will be pronounced as il. Then we have which is used as they. Then we have elle. Okay, it is also pronounced as same as, okay, like elle, and it is used as they. Now let's have a look at some examples so it will be easy for you to understand it in a better way. So let's begin with I. So the subject pronoun for I is je. So there are certain points which we need to remember. These are bullet points for je. Je is capitalized only at the beginning of a sentence. Okay, else it is always written in small letters. Small j, then e. Then je can be contract to je apostrophe when there is a vowel next to it, okay, or when there is an h. As we know that h is always silent in French, so it always get contracted, okay. And informally in front of everything, whenever there is a consonant, it happens to be contracted to j apostrophe. That's it. Okay, so no need to worry about that. It's not an important point. Now let's have a look at some examples. So for je, I speak French. Je parle français. So for I am using je. Je is capitalized. J is capitalized because it is at the beginning of the sentence. Okay. Parler is a verb which conjugates with subject, then français. Okay. Now let's go to another example. You speak French. Tu parles français? Now you speak, the pronunciation of parler is same, okay, in both the example, but the spelling is different because the conjugation of verb goes different with each and every subject. So with J it is different and with you it is different. So did you guys get it? If you have any doubt, just write it in the comment section. Okay, so that's why I told you in the beginning, just remember all the subject pronouns in the same order as I have mentioned, because it will be easy for you to remember the conjugation of verb when you learn different verbs. This is just one verb, parler, okay, to like to use it, but you'll come along with different verbs later on. Il and elle. So both il can be used as in a place of he or it, and elle can be used in a place of she. Okay, il can be used for masculine and elle can be used for feminine. Now here we are using être verb. Okay, in the next section I will tell you about the French verb être. Okay, now is and are the can be used for être verb in French. Now the example is he is good, elle est bon. She is beautiful, elle est bon. So the conjugation of any verb is always same for il and elle. Okay, just remember that. So just remember the order to learn any verb conjugation. This similar order you need to learn it because it will be easy for you. Okay, now let's move to another example. Un. The literal meaning of un is one. Okay, now but it can be used as in place of everyone, someone, people, they, you, and informally we, while certain cases in for we. Okay, now let's have a look at some examples that how we can use un while keeping any of these usage in a statement. Let's go through it. So the first example is they speak French here. So how to translate in French? On parle français ici. Okay? On parle français ici means they speak French here. So on can be used in place of they here. Okay? Now let's have a look at another example. Let's go. On y va. On y va. So these are the examples of one of un who can be used as someone, everyone, we, they, you, or one. The literal meaning is one. Okay. Now these are the plural form of we and you. Okay. We are friends. Nous sommes amis. So some here is are. The verb is être. Now some is conjugating with nous. Okay. Now you are beautiful. Vous êtes belle. Again the verb is être. A is conjugating with vous. Vous êtes belle. Okay. In the coming session, as I told, that I'll be telling you about the être verb and the conjugation of it. This is être and avoir are the very basic and prominent verb of French, which is widely used. So we'll start with être, then avoir. Il and elle can be used as they, masculine and feminine respectively. Okay. Now they are going to cinema. Il va au cinéma. They are pretty. Elles sont jolies. Okay. Now I just gave you the example of il and elle. Now let's elaborate more. Okay. Now, when to use ill? When there are two males or more, either one male plus one female or one or more female, or masculine objects. Masculine objects can be a computer, okay, then notebook. For the masculine objects, you can also use ill. Okay, now how to use L? When there are two or more females, or when there are feminine objects. We have taken an example of they are pretty. Okay, now they here can be females, can be flowers, can be dresses, can be jewelry, anything which looks pretty. Okay, so also jolie. Okay, now that was all about subject pronoun. So I have elaborated each and every pronoun with an example. Okay, if you have any doubt, just write it in the comment section. And if you like the video, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And keep watching Learning Language. Stay tuned.